People who haven't caught COVID-19 in the past 2 years, what is your secret? Luck. Introvert. Avoiding people. Luck. Masks, a usual aversion to going outside anyway. I have though in the last 2 years taken a couple big road trips, flew to another country, and gone to a few movies. I've been really paranoid while doing so though. Omicron kinda worries me. Seems you can get it by people looking at you funny. I'm WFH. Vaxxed and boosted. I figure if I spend 6 to 8 weeks, they figure OMI will burn hot and flame out quick, I should be alright. Live in Western Australia. 1 million square miles in size. 7 million people. 1,200 COVID cases and 9 deaths since it started. Living in buttfuck nowhere. Far from anywhere else has its benefits. What don't you find attractive that society says you should? Jawlines so sharp that they make their heads look like a yassified Minecraft Steve. Based on what I've seen in Miami. Lip injections. Apparently. Looks horrendous. And yes, we can tell. Eyelash extensions are getting terrifying. I've had them set off my fear of spiders. The hustle lifestyle. I don't want to have a side gig and work 16 hours a day. I'm content with coming home and playing video games in my free time. And sleeping in on my weekends. Lip and cheek fillers. Please stop making us think we need these things, especially really young people whose thin lips suit their face perfectly. Fashion items with the designer logo this big all over it. Cringe. Super white, super fake veneers teeth. Brand culture. People spend way too much in the name of brands. When was the moment you realized that your friends are assholes? When I started hanging out with better people. Amazing how that works. First time hanging out with new people, a bunch of us were in a circle chatting. I'm soft-spoken, and when I accidentally got talked over, I just accepted it as always, was very used to it. Someone in this group actually stopped them, said, "Hold on, what were you saying, Jenamac?" And the other person even apologized. It was mind-blowing being heard and seen like that, and put a lot into perspective. I let my friend borrow my PS2 when I went to boot camp. When I came back, he said he sold it and gave me $50 I think. This was in 2006. When they robbed me at gunpoint. Just one. When he propositioned my girlfriend to have sex with him under the guise of making sure she was being faithful to me. Who is the most evil person who is still alive? Min Aung Hlaing, the Myanmar junta who commit the coup still actively killing their citizens every day. He recently airstrikes the village school resulting 11+ children death just because they heard rebels are hiding in the village. Australia pedo Peter Scully. He's abused and tortured girls and infants, and has shown no remorse whatsoever. Once you've been to Cambodia you'll never stop wanting to beat Henry Kissinger to death with your bare hands. Anthony Bourdain. Hiroshi Miyano and the other 3 men who tortured that poor woman Junko for 40 days. Horrifying and sickening what did to that poor woman. She was raped over 500 times by over 100 men they invited over. Even worse things happened than that, but I can't bear to write it out. Poor girl was in literal hell and was only 17 when she died. Miyano only served 17 years in jail and walks free. What's a podcast actually worth listening to? This is kind of new, but check out If Books Could Kill. 2 guys discuss and analyze best-selling nonfiction books that could use a good dissection like Rich Dad, Poor Dad and The Secret. Well-researched and super funny and interesting. Love it. Hardcore history. Stuff you should know. Well, there's your problem. A podcast about engineering disasters. With slides. I listen to 1 or 2 comedy podcasts but none of them make me laugh as hard or as often as ~2 civil engineers from Philly ~, proud sons of Philly and a posh British woman discussing engineering and societal disasters. Edit. Only Roz is a civil engineer. Liam is a finance major because he's a good boy. Behind the Bastards is fantastic, but will question humanity.